past, I struggled a lot with playing my high notes and low notes and so on because I wasn't showing up. But now, hi guys, Kadrian here from KadrianThomas.com, bringing you the best tips, tools, and ideas to help you as a beginner saxophone player to develop your practice routine and to get better on your horn. Thank you for checking in and subscribing. Now, peradventure, you're wondering how to segment and organize and optimize your practice so that it is meaningful, worthwhile, and productive. In this video, I will share with you 3 tips which, if followed, you will begin to experience musical life-changing results at your craft as a beginner saxophone player. So with so many things to learn, to know, and to do, what should you really focus on to improve your skills? How do you actually optimize your practice for best results? Typically, if you hope to see improvements fast, then 30 minutes to an hour on a daily basis will guarantee you some positive musical results. You may find it hard to practice for 30 minutes, but if you use the 5-minute practice rule, which I'll link in the cards above, 30 minutes to an hour daily will soon feel like a breeze. Tip number 1, you need to plan your practice. Great foundations and structures are built on a plan. It's your roadmap to success. In most cases, we never plan to fail. We just fail to plan. Let's say you have an hour to practice or even 30 minutes. You break your practice into 3 segments or pockets of time. This is what I call the 20-30-10 rule. Now, pocket number 1 is where you do your warm-up. You focus on the fundamentals for the first 20 minutes. This includes working on your sound, doing long tones. Yes, those good old long tones, overtones, your technique, involving your scales, arpeggios, intervals, and technical exercises. So that's about 34% of the practice time. Yeah? Pocket number 2 is that of your repertoire. This is new material that you're seeking to learn and to master. And you focus on this for 30 minutes. Which may include a new melody, etudes, chord changes, and so on. This should be challenging to you, something you don't know how to master just yet. And this is a half or 50% of your practice time. Pocket number 3, play something for fun for the last 10 minutes. You know, give yourself a reward. This is music that you already know, and then you use the previous skills that in the first 2 pockets to incorporate while you're playing. So you may play the horn section, for example, or use a technique that you learned previously in this. Now, question of the day: what do you think is the best structure for your practice routine? Leave a comment below. Now, tip number 2 is that you've got to focus. Focus. This means that for the period of time you decide to practice, you have to get rid of all distractions, such as getting rid of your phone or putting it on airplane mode. And you have to turn off the TV. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. And then you close all social media apps and browsers because they are not part of your practice routine. If you have people around, a parent, spouse, or children, you have to ask them for the time because energy flows where focus goes. I assure you that you will not see any major improvements if you are constantly being distracted, unfocused during your practice session. And number 3, consistency. Mastery loves consistency. You've got to show up daily. I'd suggest that you set a specific time of the day and stick with it at all costs because your brain will find it easier to calibrate. And then you've got to push. P-U-S-H. Play until something happens. Keep working on that scale, that rhythm, that sound until you begin to experience the results. You have to stick with the game plan long enough for it to work. You know, in the past, I struggled a lot with playing my high notes and low notes and so on because I wasn't showing up. But now I go shedding every day in the sax gym. Now, what does consistency look like over a period of time? A day turns into 7, then a month, then a whole year and beyond. And before you know it, people are asking you, come play at this wedding, come play at my church, come play at this event. And you start ching, 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 you start to make some money. Now, how badly you want this or desire to be better will determine whether or not you will plan your practice, focus when you're practicing, and remain consistent.